Imagine a world where epic fantasy always featured male heroes exclusively. For decades, stories focused on men wielding swords and casting spells. Female characters were often sidekicks, love interests, or supporting roles quietly. But something remarkable has changed in recent years within the genre. Female protagonists are taking center stage, reshaping fantasy storytelling entirely. They are strong, complex, and capable of driving epic adventures confidently. Audiences now see women as leaders, warriors, and powerful magic users. This shift challenges traditional ideas about gender in heroic tales subtly. Have you noticed how fantasy worlds are evolving to embrace equality naturally? Female heroes now explore courage, intelligence, and morality on equal footing consistently. Imagine a young girl reading a fantasy novel and seeing herself reflected vividly. Representation matters, and storytelling has the power to shape perceptions deeply. Female protagonists inspire empowerment, courage, and resilience in readers worldwide entirely. They are no longer confined to predictable roles or limited character arcs consistently. These heroines are diverse, reflecting cultures, abilities, and personalities across fantasy worlds. They lead armies, solve mysteries, and challenge magical and political systems effectively. Their stories are engaging, showing both vulnerability and remarkable inner strength subtly. Female protagonists embody growth, self-discovery, and transformation throughout epic journeys entirely. Some wield swords, others cast spells, and many rely on clever strategy creatively. They are not defined solely by relationships, but by their choices and actions entirely. These characters break stereotypes, proving heroism transcends gender consistently and clearly. Readers relate to them, learn from them, and are inspired by their journeys. Imagine an epic battle led by a woman, challenging centuries of tradition visually. Her courage becomes a beacon for younger audiences, seeking role models subtly. Female leads also explore emotional depth, ethical dilemmas, and leadership decisions carefully. They show that strength is multifaceted, encompassing empathy, wisdom, and resilience entirely. Some stories feature women discovering magic, conquering kingdoms, or protecting sacred lands consistently. Their arcs reflect complexity, showing triumphs, setbacks, and unexpected challenges realistically. Female protagonists bring fresh perspectives, shifting how audiences perceive fantasy narratives entirely. They often challenge social hierarchies, questioning authority, and redefining heroism subtly. Their presence encourages diverse storytelling, highlighting cultural differences and universal human experiences consistently. Imagine a heroine negotiating peace between warring factions with clever diplomacy skillfully. She navigates obstacles, balances power, and earns respect through intelligence and courage naturally. Female characters also redefine romance, portraying relationships with equality and mutual respect consistently. They demonstrate that personal growth can coexist with leadership and heroism entirely. Readers experience richer narratives when protagonists reflect broader societal realities subtly and clearly. Female heroes teach lessons about persistence, problem solving, and moral courage consistently. They show that choices, not gender, define who succeeds or fails in stories. Audiences increasingly demand complex heroines who reflect real-world intelligence and resilience subtly. Authors respond by creating characters with unique skills, ambitions, and relatable flaws entirely. Female leads also inspire critical thinking about societal roles and expectations naturally. They challenge outdated norms while honoring fantasy's imaginative spirit effectively and respectfully. Imagine young readers seeing women in positions of power for the first time vividly. These stories shape self-perception, ambition, and confidence for new generations entirely. Female protagonists often explore identity, personal responsibility, and ethical dilemmas subtly and deeply. They navigate alliances, betrayals, and challenges, showing leadership under pressure consistently. Their stories inspire creativity, resilience, and empathy, bridging imagination and real-world lessons entirely. Readers witness how courage manifests differently, depending on personality, choices, and circumstance naturally. Some heroines rely on intelligence, strategy, or diplomacy rather than sheer strength effectively. Others demonstrate bravery through sacrifice, protection, or ethical decision-making consistently and clearly. Female-led narratives diversify fantasy worlds, offering fresh conflicts, alliances, and quests entirely. They redefine success, showing that heroism is multidimensional and inclusive subtly. Authors craft complex plots where female characters influence events meaningfully and realistically, consistently. Female protagonists bring unique perspectives that shape fantasy worlds in meaningful ways. They face challenges that test courage, intelligence, and moral decision-making consistently. Unlike traditional heroes, their journeys often explore emotional depth alongside physical strength. Readers witness their growth, struggles, and triumphs in diverse story settings naturally. Many heroines navigate complex political landscapes, balancing alliances, power, and ethical choices carefully. Others rely on intelligence, strategy, or diplomacy rather than direct combat entirely. Their challenges often reflect real-life issues like responsibility, leadership, and personal growth subtly. Female-led stories often explore identity, highlighting self-discovery and resilience through adversity consistently. Some protagonists begin their journeys in ordinary circumstances, discovering extraordinary abilities gradually. This transformation emphasizes potential, courage, and adaptability within relatable contexts entirely. Imagine a heroine finding a magical artifact that changes her life unexpectedly. She must learn to wield it responsibly, balancing power with moral judgment consistently. These narratives teach lessons about consequences, ethics, and thoughtful decision-making naturally. Female protagonists also redefine leadership, showing collaboration, empathy, and strategic thinking effectively. Their influence often reshapes communities, societies, or kingdoms within their fantasy worlds subtly. They inspire readers by demonstrating that heroism takes many forms, not just physical strength. Some heroines excel in intelligence, creativity, or resourcefulness, solving problems cleverly and quickly. Others demonstrate courage through sacrifice, protecting loved ones, or facing fear directly entirely. Female characters often challenge social norms, questioning traditions, and inspiring change within society subtly. Readers see that perseverance, morality, and empathy are as heroic as physical prowess consistently. Many stories feature women discovering magical abilities or leadership roles unexpectedly and gradually. Their journeys emphasize learning, trial and error, and personal responsibility naturally. Female protagonists also confront internal conflicts, balancing desires, fears, and ethical dilemmas effectively. These struggles make them relatable and provide depth to their adventures consistently. Readers can reflect on their own decision-making through the heroine's challenges subtly. The diversity of traits among female protagonists encourages audiences to appreciate varied forms of courage entirely. Some heroines lead armies or groups, demonstrating strategy, leadership, and trustworthiness consistently. Others act quietly, influencing events through subtle intelligence, diplomacy, or negotiation naturally. Their impact on stories is profound, shaping outcomes in both expected and surprising ways subtly. Female protagonists also navigate relationships thoughtfully, modeling respect, communication, and collaboration consistently. Their experiences often include mentorship, guidance, and learning from older or wiser characters effectively. Readers witness the development of problem solving, adaptability, and creative thinking continuously. Many stories highlight that heroism includes emotional intelligence alongside action and bravery naturally. Female characters often balance vulnerability and strength, creating multidimensional, realistic portrayals effectively. Their journeys explore personal sacrifice, accountability, and courage in everyday and extraordinary situations consistently. Some protagonists face societal expectations, demonstrating resilience and determination under pressure subtly. Others challenge stereotypes, showing that leadership, bravery, and intelligence are universal traits entirely. Female-led adventures often include exploration, discovery, and facing unknown dangers strategically and thoughtfully. These narratives emphasize that growth emerges through challenges, reflection, and persistence consistently. Readers learn from heroines' mistakes, triumphs, and ethical decisions naturally. Some protagonists embody teamwork, fostering collaboration and trust among diverse characters effectively. Others highlight independence, demonstrating that confidence and initiative can shape significant change consistently. Female heroes often use observation, critical thinking, and adaptability to overcome obstacles naturally. Their stories encourage audiences to consider alternative approaches to leadership, problem solving, and courage subtly. Many heroines combine physical, mental, and moral skills, creating well-rounded, compelling characters entirely. Their challenges illustrate that resilience involves creativity, patience, and persistence consistently. Readers experience inspiration, empathy, and reflection through the heroine's journey subtly. While female protagonists are inspiring, their impact on storytelling goes beyond the obvious. They challenge not only gender roles, but also traditional narrative structures subtly. In many stories, the heroine's journey disrupts expectations audiences once took for granted. Readers anticipate a typical hero's victory, but she often reshapes outcomes unpredictably. This twist keeps audiences engaged, questioning assumptions and predicting differently consistently. Female characters often redefine what heroism looks like in complex, nuanced ways entirely. They show that courage, intelligence, and compassion can coexist in the same individual. In some stories, heroines succeed through empathy, negotiation, or clever observation rather than strength. This teaches that leadership is not always loud or forceful, subtly and effectively. Sometimes, the true challenge lies in moral choices, not external battles consistently. Female protagonists also reveal hidden vulnerabilities that strengthen their overall narrative impact entirely. Their struggles encourage reflection on internal versus external measures of success subtly. Readers see that resilience often comes from patience, adaptability, and persistence naturally. In many cases, the heroine's victory challenges cultural norms, inspiring social reflection entirely. These stories show that overcoming adversity is as much internal as external consistently. Female-led narratives often highlight teamwork, collaboration, and emotional intelligence in unique ways subtly. They reveal that personal growth can be as heroic as defeating external threats naturally. Sometimes the twist comes from unexpected alliances, teaching lessons about trust and cooperation effectively. Heroines often influence secondary characters profoundly, shaping entire story arcs subtly. Readers realize that leadership is often quiet, thoughtful, and transformative consistently. Female protagonists can disrupt plot expectations, keeping audiences guessing and intrigued entirely. They often act strategically, using insight, diplomacy, and creativity instead of brute force naturally. These twists encourage reflection on problem solving in both fictional and real contexts consistently. Some heroines face moral dilemmas where the right choice is unclear subtly and effectively. Their decisions highlight that heroism includes ethical responsibility and critical thinking consistently. Audiences witness how empathy can be a powerful tool in challenging circumstances naturally. Female characters often reveal that leadership requires humility, listening, and collaboration subtly. Their journeys teach that influence is earned through action, not assumed through status entirely. In many narratives, the heroine's choices reshape society or cultural expectations subtly. This creates stories that resonate deeply, inspiring reflection on personal values consistently. Some twists involve characters defying stereotypes, proving intelligence, strength, or bravery unexpectedly. These surprises keep stories fresh, engaging, and emotionally satisfying for readers entirely. Female protagonists often challenge the classic hero formula, inspiring innovative storytelling subtly. They demonstrate that narrative power comes from character depth, not just external action consistently. Readers are drawn to unpredictability, emotional stakes, and complex decision-making naturally. In some cases, the heroine's compassion saves lives or unites conflicting groups subtly. These outcomes show that empathy can have practical and heroic consequences consistently. Female-led stories also explore identity, showing how self-discovery intersects with external challenges entirely. Heroines may struggle with doubt, fear, or uncertainty, making them relatable naturally. Overcoming these internal obstacles often drives the most profound story transformations subtly. Sometimes the twist lies in subtle leadership, inspiring others without direct recognition consistently. Audiences notice that influence and change can emerge from observation, mentorship, or quiet action naturally. Female protagonists often reveal that personal values shape collective outcomes profoundly subtly. Their journeys highlight the balance between self-interest and communal responsibility consistently. Many narratives include hidden lessons about courage, integrity, and creative problem-solving entirely. Readers are encouraged to reflect on their own choices through the heroine's perspective subtly. Some stories show unexpected sacrifices, emphasizing that heroism often comes at personal cost consistently. Female characters teach that resilience involves both physical and emotional strength naturally. Twists often involve reframing conflicts, showing alternative solutions to complex challenges subtly. Audiences witness the power of collaboration, negotiation, and strategic thinking consistently. In several narratives, the heroine transforms the story world in ways PR